Finance Minister Chris Sinclair says government is still looking at different ways to lower the personal income tax rate over time. He says it's an issue that continues to engage the attention of his ministry ahead of the budget.
When we come to the budget, we will look at it again because it's all part of the tax reform process. And as I say, we are trying to get away from the taking in and giving back. And our position is that if government wants people to have the money, they should have it up front. Because the administrative process and the cost of administration of taking it in and then having to process and give it back could be, pretty heavy set on the economy. So as we move the tax system away from that, the process is to try to bring those rates down gradually. But we have to do it gradually because we're still doing fiscal consolidation. So we have to ensure that we don't go too quickly and then cause the fiscal deficit to spike.
Meanwhile, the minister also commented on the recently announced end of the consolidation tax.
To the extent that the consolidation tax is an efficient tax, it brought in, it's a little distortionary, of course, because once you select certain categories of taxpayers to focus on, there's always the issue of fairness, yes? So from that perspective, it is, but from the perspective that is very efficient, it is not an indirect tax, it's a direct tax. So you can pretty much predict how much you're going to get because it's not based on behavior. And it brought in $30 million. It would affect us in that particular regard. But there will be instances where the government can use best endeavor efforts in terms of tax administration to ensure that we get that it does not create too big of a challenge.
The issue of declining correspondent banking relationships continues to engage the attention of the Ministry of International Business. That's according to Minister Donville Innes, who made the remarks during a recent ceremony to launch Scotiabank's 60th anniversary celebrations.
And quite often customers who go online or who you see in the telecom sector don't always fully appreciate the challenges that banks face and the regulatory and the compliance issues that you have to grapple with today. But certainly all of us in this part of the region, Latin American, Caribbean in particular, have the challenge now of correspondent banking relations being challenged and dwindling. And I commend Scotiabank and other banks in Barbados for taking up the fight. Whilst we have primarily Canadian banks in Barbados, the reality about it is that to access the U.S. banking system, you must have that correspondent banking relation.
Minister Innes said the issue will continue to be closely monitored with ongoing efforts to reverse the trend.
On the government's end, we are very committed. I know the central bank has been doing an excellent job. We're very committed to leading the charge and ensuring that our voices are heard where they need to be heard and that the issue of correspondent banking are speedily addressed, resolved, and do no harm to this economy.
Here is a look now at how stocks traded on selected exchanges across the region.